everyone.
There.
We're a little late because we had to switch phones very suddenly because my phone wasn't working. So hopefully you guys can see us. This is our first Facebook Live officially together as the twins healing magic and beyond. So how is everyone doing today here? Wait and see if anybody shows up because we are late.
Sip of coffee.
Today, what has really come about is talking about our choices and where we're at with life and what we have created so far in our life. And do we like where we're at? Do you like what's going on in your life? Because, believe it or not, everything that is going on, we have created. Whether we want to believe it or not.
Sometimes a tough pill to swallow.
Exactly. And where we first really heard that was when we were watching The Secret. Kara and I watched The Secret on Netflix individually, pretty well
times.
every day for months. While every day I get ready, I'd listen to a different part. And that was one of the things it said, everything that's happening in your life, you have created. And some people are like, well, why would I create the car accident I was in? Or why would I create, all this shitty, financial stuff, bankruptcy, anything. It's why would I choose it? Well, we don't necessarily consciously choose it. But so that's what it's all about, is not going back and looking at the why. Why would I choose this? Why did this happen? And instead be like, where are you right now today? And do you like what you've created? And if not, what would you like to create instead?
Yes.
So, reading a couple pretty awesome books right now. And this one is called Right Body for You. And I just want to read out of it. This is creating something different. So in order to create something totally different with your body, and when I'm talking body because that's what the book's about, but think of any area of your life, like money or
your job,
your relationships, anything and everything. So in order to create something totally different with your body, you've got to acknowledge that you created your body in the first place. Until you acknowledge that you are the creator, nothing can change. This doesn't apply just to your body, like I said. It applies to your money, your work, your relationships, and everything else in your life. Come out of the place where you have a sense that you didn't create something, whether it's your body or anything else, and go into the place where you realize you created it. And sometimes that one can smart a little bit. If you don't acknowledge that you created it, you can't change it. And that part, man, that is so huge to me. Until you acknowledge that you created it, you cannot change it. Even if you can't come out of judging it, you can at least acknowledge that you created it. Look at this thing I've created. Wow, if I can create something that bad and shitty, imagine what I could create if I went in a different direction. So here's a little clearing. How many points of view are you using to create the body you're not happy with, or the relationship you're not happy with, or the finances you're not happy with, or the job you're not happy with? Oops. Everything that is times a gazillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
I feel like you're actually supposed to say that one more time. There was quite a charge on that one.
Yeah, it's a big one. How many points of view are you using to create the body, the job, the relationships, the business, the financial situation you're not happy with? Oops, everything that is times a gazillion will you destroy and uncreate all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, boys and beyonds. Someone said to me, it seems like it would take a lot of courage to be so different that you no longer bought into judgment. I'm going to say that again. Someone said to me, it seems like it would take a lot of courage to be so different that you no longer bought into judgment. I said, it's not so much that it takes courage, It takes a willingness to recognize that you create everything. Everything you think, everything you be, and everything you do is your creation. Whatever occurs in your life is what you created. Change can occur when you come out of believing you didn't create your life and you go into the place where you realize, I created this. No matter what it is, this is my creation. Now, am I happy with this creation? Or, dun, 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 would I like to have something different? When you start to own that, you begin to own what is truly possible in your life. You start to be capable of creating changes in the places you wish to create change. Okay, I'm the one who created this. So, now what would I like? What's wrong to create this? Like, oh, wow. Hey! We were just talking about carrying everything up to the front because who knows what decided to happen.
Wireless problems.
And hello, everyone that is watching us
Hi.
today. So we were just talking about that the change, or that the stuff that's going on in our life, we are actually creating it.
So we created this shortage going on here.
Really not sure why, but that's just it. Don't go into the why did this happen? Why would I have chosen something like that? Why would I have created this crap going on in my life?
When we go into the whys, we stick ourselves to the past instead of recognizing, well, what else is possible?
Exactly.
Here? Like, now what can I choose?
We burn up so many calories and brain power to try to figure out why something happened, and that doesn't give us any room for space and creation and new choice and new possibilities. So where are you right now? Where are you right now? Really look at your life, and do you like where it's at? And know that you created that. So I think I live paycheck to paycheck, and I'm like, well, obviously I like living paycheck to paycheck for some reason. And it's but could I choose something else? Yes, but I need to acknowledge that I'm the one creating
And that's how powerful we are. Every month you're like, oh, I'm going to have just enough to last till, this will happen, this will happen. And the universe says, okay. And we're so powerful that we create it over and over and over again.
It gives me such shivers to think about it. It's how powerful are we? And now with this knowledge, what will you choose?
Yes. And hi, Owen and Caitlin.
Hey, guys. Nice. And this is another book that if you want a book all about, right now, money clearly is on my mind because I've never been more broke. And it's the by presents and blah, blah, blah.
I've never been so broke, or is that what everyone
chooses
at this time of year?
Who does this belong to?
Yeah.
That is true. Because 99% of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions aren't actually ours. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, geez, that's a big one. So, I just wanted to read a little bit out of this about abundance and our choices again. So, you're a totally abundant person. And this is by Gary Douglas and Dr. Dane here. Have you had lifetimes in which you were filthy rich? Yes, you have. Do you keep wondering, where the hell is the money in this lifetime? By now, damn it. And have you had lifetimes in which you were totally broke? You bet. How many lifetimes did you only just survive? Are you continuing to merely survive? Are you willing to give up merely surviving as a point of view? Hence me living paycheck to paycheck. I apparently have this point of view that there's no other way, because it's all surviving. Good afternoon. I was going to say good morning. So I'm just reading out of Money Isn't the Problem You Are, just talking about our choices and that we have created what's happening in our life and that we have the power to create something different. So get the feeling of you've had, oh my God, I'm barely surviving. So everyone right now, because I'm gonna guess that most of us are feeling like we have the least amount of money.
The pressure of the season.
Yeah, like spending your money on gifts and all that stuff. So get the sense of that feeling. Like, just think about your financial situation right now. Or I can, anyways. So get the feeling that you've had of, oh my God, I'm barely surviving. Now, make it infinite. Make it bigger than the universe. So drop your barriers and all the points of view you have about money, all the points of view you have about you've never been broker, and just for this moment, slam those barriers down.
Or just push it out like a ball in every direction.
Yes.
Just push all of it out of you.
What happens to that feeling? Does it get more substantial or does it go away?
Bye-bye.
It goes away, which means it's a lie. You, as an infinite being, cannot merely survive. You are totally abundant. The universe, even on planet Earth, is an incredibly abundant place. The only reason there is a bare patch anywhere is because humans have been stupid enough to take everything away from it. Nature will fill every square inch with something. When you go to the desert, is it empty? No. Even in the desert, there is life everywhere. There are plants, bugs, and critters of all kinds. Every square inch is covered with something. How can you live as not abundant? You do it by buying into the idea that there is scarcity. You adopt the point of view that there is no abundance because you aren't able to figure out where it's going to come from. You don't see that abundance is actually all around us. We think, oh, in the future I'll have money, or in the past I used to have money, but we don't see that we are totally abundant now. Like, we are surrounded by abundance.
And so we can talk kind of about quantum entanglements. Like, the idea of quantum entanglements is that we are all energy. We are all connected to everything, and we tap into people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions all the time. And if Krista and I were just talking, like, if we can kind of get the theory of that, then why wouldn't we also be able to tap into all the abundance that is all around us? Like, everything is made of energy. And so, and talk about the vitamins.
Oh, yeah. So I was reading in Right Body for You this morning. I was reading it last night. And anyways, Gary goes to the drugstore. He wants to buy some vitamins and supplements and stuff. And so he was just standing in front of all of them. And he couldn't decide what he actually needed. And then all of a sudden he was like, I don't actually need anything. So he left the store. And then he became aware of how great he felt. And he asked his body, did you just get everything that you needed from those vitamins, body? And body's like, yeah. So, that was so cool and such an awareness. So this morning, I asked Cammie, I give the kids their vitamins every morning. And actually, lots of times, Cammie doesn't eat hers. She doesn't like these particular ones I bought. So I said, why don't you just ask your body to take the nutrients from it? And she was like, oh, she was so pumped. She didn't have to eat the vitamins. She could just, and like, it wasn't weird to my kids at all. Like, they were just like,
so cool.
Yeah, they were just like, oh, okay. And then Cammie's like, I'll take the lid off. And I'm like, yeah, you don't need to, but I guess that would make it a little bit faster. The energy doesn't have to go through the plastic bottle, but it's not solid. It will, but yeah, sure, do whatever. And so
do whatever feels right.
Yeah, and then so she did, and then she's like, oh, weird, I can taste the vitamin in my mouth. Oh, and I was just like that. And again, it's like we have abundance all around us. Like, we can take anything and everything from nature.
We are connected to everything. We can pull in healing energies from all over the entire planet. Like, seriously, we can. I know it can sound totally crazy, but
even get the
try
sense
it.
of what it's like when you are out in nature. Think about, like, I don't know if you guys have ever been in huge, massive forests, but I'm telling you, when you are, like back to when we were in New Zealand, when you came to visit me in New Zealand, and we were, like, super, super hungover. Like, we were almost, like, deathly ill, and we just went anyways. We went to that, I forget what the name of the forest, start with a P. Poo-poo Spring?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, then on the
Yeah.
south. Oh, I was very.
And, like, I'm telling you, like, we were, like, almost dead.
Like,
hungover.
frightened for
like,
our lives,
scary.
kind of. Yeah.
But I'm telling you, we walked into that forest, and all of it was gone. Like, I felt so amazing.
Instantly.
Like, that healing energy of the trees and the forest and the water and nature. It's like, think about any time you were on this, like walk in nature, or working in your yard, working with the land. Like, you get so much out of it. And imagine if you ask on top of that, like, how much more you could get just by being aware of it. Like,
and if you can tap into it there, like, for what reason can't we still tap into it from here? Because we're all connected.
Especially in the winter, right? Because we're not even getting outside. So it's like, well, why can't you connect doors? Like, even though we've got walls around us, they're not solid. Like, they're really, everything is made up of energy. So when you're having a low day, why couldn't you ask to connect with the trees outside? Like, simply by looking at them. And like you've said too, like going to the tree energetically. Like,
yeah, I'm doing that right now, actually. You just stare at a tree, like this tree's out the window, and then you just like visualize actually like leaving your body and like energetically standing in front of them. And like, can't you totally feel it? And then it's like, well, if I can do that, well, then why don't I just expand out even further and further and throughout the entire earth and planet or universe? And
like, you guys,
insane.
what can't we actually
and therefore
do?
all the abundance of this earth. And
like, we think that we have no choice, but seriously, look at what you've created. Seriously. Look at all...
Really.
Like, look at all the stuff you've created, even if it's all the shit you've created. Look at what you created. How powerful are...
With what you've created, the thoughts that are attached to it, it's like, damn, you're right. I did create
Exactly.
that.
So that just hit me so much when it was like, until you've acknowledged that you did create it, you cannot change it.
Yeah.
So... And, like, even if you are, like, feeling full of angst and anxiety and judgment over it, like, just be like, okay, I did that. I don't know why, but...
Okay.
But what else can I choose?
Now, yeah.
What
Next,
else can I
instead
choose?
of lingering on the past.
Exactly, because oh, man, like, we dwell on the past so much, and we go into the trauma and drama of things, and, like, and then becoming aware, well, maybe I like the trauma and drama. Maybe I like the chaos in my life.
Because I must. Because why do I keep choosing?
Yeah, like, if you're, like, always, like, you know, I always, like, draw shit into my life and stuff's always breaking down. Well, you're choosing that.
And instead of blaming it on others, because, I mean, when you blame it on others, it doesn't feel good, and you know it's a friggin' lie anyways, right?
Exactly.
Like, deep down, you know it's a lie. It's like, yeah, right.
And, like, does that change anything?
No, it never does.
It only makes you annoyed with another person, and it keeps you from becoming aware of what's really going on.
Yes.
And that is... that we are lying to ourselves half the time because it's easier to blame it on somebody else.
Yes.
But what if you could just, like, poof, let all that go and you be the source for greater possibilities in your life? That is one saying that really has just been so powerful to me lately. What would it be like if I was willing to be the source for greater possibilities? And everything that doesn't allow that times a gazillion, I now destroy and uncreate it all. right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And you're going to hear that a lot probably in our lives, this clearing statement. It is from Access Consciousness.
It sounds goofy and weird, but it works.
It works.
And it's so simple.
Yeah, and you don't have to understand how it works.
That's the best part about it is not
but you
understanding.
can.
Yeah.
And so if you want to learn more, you can go to theclearingstatement.com. But it's basically, it's taking like all of the points of views that we've had, all of the stuff we've made up, all the stuff we've bought real and true to us, all the judgments, everything that has become part of us. It takes all of that and it begins to let it allow to like rise to the surface and then slough off. And it just gets rid of it. And then that creates more space for us so that we can start to choose what we really want in our life. So what do you want? Like, what is it that you would like? And like a lot of us have never actually been asked that question.
Or when you do, it's like, oh,
gee,
I have no idea.
I've never thought about what I actually want.
I thought this is what I had to do.
Because we've spent our life doing the things that we think we should do, the stuff we think others think that we should be doing. So it is like, all of a sudden, it's a really strange thing to be like, oh, like you think you should know what you want. But that was such an epiphany to me that I was like, I'm not really sure what I want in life. So as you start to like ask yourself questions, you know, then you will start to become aware of some of the things that you want for you.
And then when you start doing the things you want to do, then look out though, because all that old stuff like guilt and blame and shame and all that stuff, it's like, oh, well, I shouldn't be doing this. Everybody says you should be doing this.
Exactly.
And so you gotta
And that's
be
when you
aware
come
of that.
and chat with us cats.
Yes.
Because we have been living and breathing this for quite some time now. And come get an energy healing session.
I was going to say energy healing is one of the greatest ways to start getting rid of it, because all of these points of view of like what you're supposed to be doing and all that, all our thoughts is energy. All the emotions we experience, it's energy. Like everything is energy. And sometimes we have energy in our energy field that we just don't need anymore. So coming for an energy healing session will get rid of that stuff and leave you just feeling like relieved, actually. Lighter. It's like, holy shit, like I just like feel completely different because you're not bogged down with like all these lies.
Exactly. It just like propels you through. If you're looking to create a reality beyond this reality, and you're ready to like start a journey for you of becoming like who you truly be, getting an energy healing session, like how we talked about the layers of stuff that come up, all the old points of view, all the judgments, all the beliefs, everything that from this lifetime, from other lifetimes that you like really bought as your own, as that stuff starts to release, it can leave you feeling like, well, naked vulnerable. For one. Like, yeah, totally vulnerable. Yeah. And again, energy healing sessions will like help to rebalance your being and like get rid of all that old junk that you no longer need.
And it can be hard to let go of some shit that you'd rather just stay stuck in the mud with, you know?
It's comfortable.
It's like, no, this is mine. This is mine. I'm not letting...
We're so funny as humans because we're like, we love things that make us feel comfortable, and we would choose comfort over choosing to go beyond what we know, yet we're fucking miserable. Yeah. And we're like, oh, I hate this, and this is always happening to me. But do we half the time ever do anything about it? No, because we're scared, because it's unfamiliar. As soon as you just push beyond that and start moving and start making new choices, you're like, hey, I can do this, actually. And you know what? I'm starting to feel more like me.
Yeah.
And others see that about you, too. Like, they see when you're being you, and you know, you might meet a lot of resistance because of it, because you've just been pleasing everyone most of your life. You know, you're being the person you think people want you to be, and so that can all of a sudden shock a few people when all of a sudden you're speaking your truth, basically. Yeah. So I was thinking that it'd be cool if you read a bit about the full moon, because this is the full moon.
And so,
today.
like, speaking of taking advantage of the energy, like, we are in the full moon energy right now, so you don't even need to come for an energy healing session, because we've got natural energies pulling shit out of us. So the full moon's a real time of release, and I'll just read. And by the way, this is the last full moon we will see until 2020, which seems like super futuristic to me for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, so this is the peak time to engage your intuition and use your psychic gifts, such as clairvoyance or clairaudience. So be on the lookout for any signs or symbols that present themselves in your life. For example, do you keep seeing a specific number? Have you come across an animal message? These may be signs from the universe. The energy of the full moon is incredibly powerful, so be gentle with yourself and allow yourself to be fully immersed in the energy. Go with the flow rather than fighting what is being revealed. Allow sensations of wholeness and completion to wash over you as your dreams are manifesting into being. And so that's kind of funny to me, because you ask for something to show up in your life, and the universe will bring that forward to you. But a lot of times we go into judgment of what the universe is trying to deliver. It's like, no, I don't want that. I want change, but actually I don't want it that way, and I don't want it that way, and I don't want it that way. And that's what this is saying. It's like, be mindful of what is being shown, and recognize that, and then you can let go of these old points of view and ways, right?
And I just because you said that, I was like,
I've been seeing
1, 2, 3 a lot. So I'm like, what is the meaning of that?
Simplify your life.
You can't make that shit up. Simplify your life. And what that means by simplifying your life, we overcomplicate our lives to the maximum.
The maximum. I've been seeing 1, 2, 3 for at least 3 years. It's been like, simplify your life.
Right? Like, look at animals. I always think about that. Like, look at animals. Like, they don't sit there and choose because they're worried about, like, another cat judging them. Like, look at cats. They do whatever the hell they want. They poop where they want. They pee. They're humble about it. They bury it and stuff. But, like, they're not, like, constantly worrying about other people judging. Look at any animal.
Yeah.
Like, so, and this is funny because 1, 2, 3 also says, don't be distracted by things and people that keep you from working on you, like your goals. It's like,
can't make that shit up.
Like,
and so if
and it is, oh my god, sorry, but it is 1:33 right now, and
it would have been funnier if it was 1:23 right now.
Yeah, it would have been.
So seriously though, you guys, pay attention. If you keep seeing a number over and over again, or a certain animal, or just anything over and over again, you can Google spiritual meaning of blah blah blah, and you will find an answer. So, and then don't go into, I just made that shit up.
Right.
Yeah, like there are messages right in front of us all the time. We can just follow these messages to awesome places.
Exactly. And abundance. Messages and abundance. The part of the abundance is the messages, right? Yeah. Like, instead of focusing, this is something that I really need to get out of my head, is like, when I focus on money, I focus on it as a solid thing.
But it's just energy like everything else.
Exactly. It is just energy, and it comes in all shapes and forms.
And it's especially really just like energy nowadays, because like people aren't even paying with cash anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like totally changing your thoughts, totally with everything.
Your perception of the way you're seeing everything.
The way we have been raised and brought up with the beliefs and the way things are, we can change all of that reality into something that you know, we pick ourselves first. And because of that, we're a gift to us and the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm. And so tonight, if you want, just take some time you can, like, even if you got to bundle up, go for a walk, be out in nature, or have a cleansing shower, a cleansing bath. Like, really work with the energies of this full moon. It's a, like, seriously good time of releasing old shit from your life. And just, like, you know, a lot of it is on your, not intuition, it's all about intention. If you set an intention, like, that makes it happen that much quicker. Like, just seriously. So intend to just let some old shit go and let the full moon really just pull it out of you.
And if you're in the Davidson area, we are having a full moon meditation and group healing night tonight.
Right here in this room.
At 7:15 p.m. And we can post the link above.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be such a wonderful release.
And it's all about the quantum entanglements of all of us too, because everyone in the room, we really, like, connect, like, recognize, I mean, we are all connected, but we really recognize that connection, and what one person releases that anybody else has similar shit in their life that's keeping them stuck, which is everyone. We all let go of that, and it's so powerful. And with this full moon and, like, all of it,
that's why I love the group healing.
It's really powerful. It really,
like,
really
and
is.
Meditation, don't get me wrong, by yourself is so powerful too.
Absolutely.
If you can do it in a group healing session, though,
and it'll be dark in here.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk.
Candlelit.
You can lay on the floor, and we'll have crystals out.
And we do a lot of guided meditation in it too, so you don't have to worry about feeling awkward or weird. And you know, like, can I meditate? Do I even know how? You know, we will help you, guide you through it. And Kara and I hold the space, so if you're like, well, what if someone
I don't
want
to take other people's stuff. Yeah.
We
are the energy bouncers, and we have help too. So don't worry about that.
Yeah. Well, so does anyone have any questions before we go? And if not, we will be back next week. I think I don't work next Wednesday. We would like to have a set time, and eventually maybe that will be a possibility, because what else is possible that we haven't considered? But we will be back next week, and we will be here weekly for Facebook Lives. And if anyone ever has anything they'd like to hear more about, or
want us to talk
about, have any questions of stuff that's going on in your life, and you can send us a private message, and we don't have to say your name if it's something that, you know,
give
is
a topic.
Personal.
Anything
Give us ideas, because we're your gals.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
And maybe see you tonight.
Okay, hope to see you tonight.
Have a magical day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.